money, good health, and a loving family. These are the three things that keeps every person happy, and every person strives to achieve these three essential things, especially the money, irrespective of what part of the world they live in or what nature of job they do. And humanity has judged a person's success and stability on these aforementioned parameters for a very long time. The United States is arguably the richest country and a world superpower. So in theory, the citizens of America should be happier than the rest of the world, right? Wrong. This title actually goes to Finland, which is the only country in the world that is considered to be the happiest country despite being nowhere close to the United States in the terms of GDP, standing at 46th rank, and the word superpower is nowhere in the Finnish dictionary. So what makes the people of Finland so happy? Let's find out in this episode of Stories Across. Finland is a small Nordic country with a population of just 5.6 million people located in Northern Europe, sharing its border with Russia to the east, Sweden to the northwest, Norway to the north, and sharing its waters in the south with Estonia. This country is so small that it can fit almost entirely in just the state of California. Now, why are we comparing an entire country to a single state in the United States, and that to California? Because if you think there are a lot of good things to talk about the Gold Coast and not so good things to talk about the Cold Coast, let's think again and start with the Cold Coast, aka the Cold Country, Finland. Finland is located so much up north that nearly a third of its landmass lies above the Arctic Circle. The temperatures are bone-freezing and some regions of the country witness a total darkness 24/7. Which means the sun does not rise for extended periods, only just peeking through the horizon, which means the country gets very dark and gloomy with little to no sun in winters. Most of the weather in Finland is generally cold, cloudy, and wet, but in the summers it becomes sunny and quite enjoyable. Contrary to Finland, California is a dreamland for a lot of people around the world. It has this beautiful Mediterranean weather with lots of sunshine, vegetation, mountains, and beautiful beaches. And even winters are mild and slightly wet. Overall, it's kind of a perfect climate to live in. On the flip side of the world, when we consider economic well-being in terms of gross domestic product or GDP, Finland had a total GDP of around $281.4 billion in the year 2022. On the other hand, the GDP of just the state of California, $3.37 trillion in the year 2022. Which is almost 12 times at the GDP of Finland. This data puts up a glaring question in front of us that despite of being the richest economic state and having the most pleasant weather in the entire United States, when compared to the happiness index of the people on a state-to-state basis, California does not even qualify in the top 5 happiest US states. It ranks at number 7. And when compared to the happiness index on a country-to-country basis, Finland has been top in the chart for 5 consecutive years since 2017, and the United States ranks at number 16. So there is something more serious than money and good weather when it comes to the happiness of people. In the year 2011, the UN General Assembly decided to adapt a policy to measure the happiness of people not just on the basis of financial development and GDP, but more of a holistic approach of development that takes into account not only per capita income, but factors like education, social surroundings, crime rate and corruption, nature, community development, cooperation, etc., to understand the true level of internal happiness. And Finland performs remarkably good on these factors when compared to other much bigger, much richer, and much more powerful countries. You see, Finnish people love their country thanks to its incredible nature, clean air, and dense forests. And they are not lazy people in general. Despite wet and cold weather and long dark days in winters, people here always find ways to head out for all sorts of outdoor activities like cycling, kayaking, hiking, camping, to name a few. And when outdoors, people feel very safe as well because of very low crime rates and incredible community support. This provides a constant peace of mind, and because Finland is so beautiful, decorated with its crystal clear lakes, lush forests, and wildlife, people here are always tempted to go sit in the lap of Mother Nature. Along with great surroundings, people here also believe in a good quality education. They are constantly learning new skills so that they can have a better job and more earnings. And surprisingly, most of the people here are middle class, yet they all have a very good standard of living. But still, people here have a more laid-back approach towards life, contrary to other Western nations where everyone is pushing harder to stay ahead of the game, be as competitive as possible, which puts a lot of mental pressure on the people, whereas the Finnish are more cooperative than competitive. All these factors together create a very light-hearted and a positive surrounding, which really helps people to stay more calm and relaxed, focus on their skills and daily work without a lot of external pressure. And taking a short trip to the incredible nature that starts right in their backyard really rejuvenates and heals their mental and physical health. The idea of being progressive and being competitive is great. It does help us to stay motivated and work hard to make our lives better. But only considering factors like money to be a measure of happiness is a very wrong idea. Instead, we all should learn from a country like Finland and think about our lives and happiness from a more holistic approach. Because yes, money is very important, but there are other equally important factors like community, social cooperation, natural surroundings, etc. that really makes life more enjoyable and more fulfilling. So if you really want to understand the meaning of real happiness in its true sense, a trip to Finland might help to positively get inspired and learn something good from the land of the midnight sun, Finland. Once again, thank you for watching.